Hi everybody, Dr. Pingle here. We made some changes since the last time this course was offered, and so I wanted to quickly make a video demonstrating how we get started even launching a notebook. Many of you are new to Python and Jupyter Notebooks, so it's worthwhile to go over this. I've already downloaded the notebook as shown in the previous video, and in this case I've downloaded it to a temp directory off of the C drive. You'll download that to wherever you are comfortable storing your course data, whether that's a thumb drive or a network drive or something else. Now that I have this IPython notebook, how do I launch it and how do I start to work with it? Well, what we want to do is we want to go to Start. What you shouldn't do is just type in Notebook. The reason is that you're likely to have a few different versions of this. All of both ArcGIS comes with notebooks, as well as Anaconda, and in fact none of these is actually what we want. And so the easiest way to get started is to click on the Anaconda prompt that includes the environment that we've set up to work in Anaconda. Now you can just click on this and that should work fine. Generally speaking, I like to run these things as an administrator if I can. That's not necessary, but if you do have admin rights, if you're working on your own personal computer, that's the way to go. Otherwise, it should work absolutely fine to just click on it. So I'll demonstrate that. Once you click on that, you're going to get a window that opens here. This is an Anaconda prompt, and the indication right here is telling us that we're using the Analysis in GIS environment, which means we've got this firewalled sort of section of code base that we can work with without it impinging on other programs. So how do we get started? We want to run Jupyter Notebooks, which we can do as simple as typing in Jupyter Notebook. However, what this is going to do is it's going to open Jupyter Notebook and it's going to start to serve you. It's going to kind of drop you in the location that you started. So it's going to start us out in C users tpingle. That might be fine if that's where you keep your stuff, but I don't, and many of you probably don't. The reason that this is important is that you can't go any further up the directory structure than that directory. So if you need to find something that's downward from that, that's below you on the directory tree, then that's fine. But again, I downloaded my stuff to C temp, so that's not going to work for me. The reason that you can't do this is a security precaution. You want to be able to sort of section off what you can see, because this is actually going to start a little web server, and you don't want to give people necessarily access to your whole drive. It is a local web server. You're not broadcasting this out to the world, but even so, this is kind of a general security practice. So what we want to do is run this with an additional switch, and that's this -- notebook -- directory equals, and then I'm going to use quotation marks here just in case you have spaces. I downloaded my stuff from this temp directory. If you're not sure where you are, you can click on this and hit Control-C, and then come back here and paste. So I just hit the right mouse button here. You can also hit Control-V, and it will paste it. Close those quotation marks. And now if I hit Enter, it's going to start the server. So there's a little bit of text there kind of appearing on the screen. And then what I wind up with is two things running. One in the background is this text directory that indicates, or text box command prompt here that's describing what's going on. What it's doing is it's starting a little server in the background. That server has what's called a kernel that interprets what's going on here and runs things. So we're going to click on this file right here is the same file that we have in our C temp directory. So we're looking at this directory that we're in right here. By clicking on this, it's going to run that, or it's going to open that notebook, and we can begin running these things. So I've got a whole video that kind of talks about running them, so I'll hold off on that for now. But that's the gist in sort of opening one of these things up for the course. All right, thanks for listening.